Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 629. I am your host that is slowly losing whatever mental facilities are currently left on me. I am Circuit Main. I'm also joined by my wonderful group of panelists here to hopefully keep me corralled as I slowly descend into the mental madness. We have Deathlight Productions,
Hi.
DM21,
Where are my meds?
Textalion,
Hey,
Toakoi,
I'm sorry, there's too many cats here, I can't hurt them.
and Suki from the Otaku Ascended.
That's roam free, man.
Yep, and we're here to bring you the Brony community for yet another week here. And I do want to apologize. I am actually kind of I am not 100% mentally here. I'm pretty sure I know why. I'm just get a little bit into what's up running going on with me. There was an online VR furry convention over the weekend, which I did enjoy to some extent. I didn't get to enjoy all of it, unfortunately, just due to issues. But I did get to enjoy some things, including fireworks, and also along with that, I did a little bit of drinking, and I stayed up later than I should have. So basically, last night I had about 6 hours of sleep and more than a few beers, which normally that would kind of suck a little bit. But I would still be just tired, but still somewhat functional. Unfortunately, it's also been really, really warm here, and I did not sleep that well at all. So even though it was 6 hours being down for the count, it was not a restful 6 hours. So my brain is melted halfway. I'm trying my best to keep it together here. Hopefully, we'll be fine. I'm also drinking liquids.
Been there, done that Saturday.
Yeah.
Minus the alcohol, but been there, done that.
Yeah.
No, well, you gotta have the alcohol. You never want to get up from a hangover, so you just drink more.
Yeah. It's, in all honesty, it wouldn't have been so bad if I was able to pace it out, but I was trying so hard to cram a lot going on that weekend, which was kind of dumb on my part. I should have just enjoyed the one or two beers at the most and let it be that, instead of just trying to do everything that I was doing and maybe even calling it a night sooner than I did. There was a lot, and it's just hot. I'm completely blitzed. I'm not blitzed out. I'm just kind of blawed out at this point. So I do apologize if it's a little wonky on the show today, but I am still going to do my best, and hopefully we'll get through all of this in one piece. And it probably doesn't help that I basically exhausted the living crap out of myself before the pre-show with doing some Beat Saber exercising, which was not smart, I guess, and trying to do a lot of drawing too. Yeah, no, I've just been doing a lot, and it's just all wild. Drinking some water, trying to get myself back together here. So, again, I hope you can bear with me on this, but we are going to do our best to give you a show here. And for today's show, we are actually going to be checking out something interesting. About a month ago, we took a look at Game Jolt and Itch.io and all of the pony games that were created by fans. And one thing I noticed a little bit later when I was doing a little bit of general browsing is one game popped up that we did not talk about and nobody talked about, which caught me way off guard because apparently this was a game that was made by Yoshi Greenwater, who does the Paper Derpy YouTube series. Also did a few other fun animated shorts and stuff on YouTube. And they've been doing it for a number of years. And they did a visual novel game on Itch.io, and nobody ever talked about it at all.
Wow.
Really surprising. So
Let's hope somebody's dream for to bring Circuit back to reality.
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. We're gonna finally give it some attention and some love. But of course, before we do all of that, we got to give ourselves a little bit of chance to give ourselves some attention and some love. And we, of course, do that with What's Up, Brony? So I'm gonna go ahead and put ourselves up here so we can get our soapboxes ready. I'm gonna quickly also grab myself some ibuprofen real fast. As I like to say to all of you, what's up, Bronies?
Just dealing with stuff after a long, tiresome week. I was exhausted over the past few. Yeah, it's just been a bunch of stuff. Got my printer working again, and now it's not wanting to go. Thank goodness I have replacement parts coming. So yay, all the fun.
I went down for a checkup appointment on the Friday in the big city, and I've been doing good on this on the new medication dose they upped me on a month and a half ago. So they were gonna check up on me on that, and also do an injection for something I don't want to divulge. So. It's not nothing life threatening, just a regular procedure.
Well, still hope it goes well.
Oh, it went well.
Oh, okay then. That's good.
But what didn't go well was the night of. I didn't have a bad reaction or anything. It was just I couldn't sleep for whatever reason, and so I ended up sleeping half my Saturday away.
Yeah, no, I feel that I absolutely feel that. And I think I actually slept like 9 hours on not Saturday but Sunday, just because of everything that was going on. Finally, getting that chance to get a proper rest for a little while.
But you're so tired you can't even concentrate on a video game. You know you need bedtime.
Oh yeah, just sitting there and then you're just like you're feeling your head lolling about and you're just trying hard not to pass out, but you know it's coming.
It's been to the point that my cat has basically been wanting to snuggle up with me more often, and before this past 3 weeks, he was content with just laying down at my feet and just being happy I was there. So that tells you how it's been going for him.
That's a fair
He's
point.
gone closer to you. That's all.
Because I haven't been here, he missed me, which is nice, but it's also one of those things of when you're trying to draw and the cat just lays right in front of you, like, okay, you gotta just make sure the cat's happy. You know, that type of annoyance, but you go, I love it, so I will deal.
Yeah, some cats are very affectionate when you return after a long time has gone by without you.
Well, a little bit of a future What's Up Brony going on for me that I'm actually pretty excited for. One of my friends sent a picture of this at our local Hot Topic, literally today. Apparently, pony merch is back on the menu, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I wonder if they would have any of my size.
They might. I honestly say give it a shot. You have nothing to lose except some time. And
if you're already in a place with a hot topic, you're not really spending a lot of time.
And maybe a bit of your pride.
I don't know. At this point, pride can be. You can throw away pride. Pride's
But it's
overrated.
Pride Month.
Yes,
you know
Pride.
what? Okay.
I was gonna say American corporations do it every July.
Yeah.
It's June though.
What's surprising is
I know,
Ubisoft didn't do it.
I see. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
The
there-
joke
We
was
have
smarter
already
than
done
you.
this, don't we?
I told you, my brain is melted. I'm trying to recover here. Give me a bit. Yeah.
Surprisingly, Ubisoft didn't celebrate Pride Month, which is
We're not gonna get into that too much.
no. I just
I'm
wanted
sorry
to
for
point
being
that
a
out.
smartass.
No, it's okay.
you're good.
It's okay. At least you're 20% cooler. Or you would be if you keep
Yeah.
it sure.
I wouldn't push it that far.
I mean, it already has a rainbow on it, so it's perfect for Pride Month.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Show
go.
your pride.
And then get your muffins too. But yeah, no, that was a pretty cool thing. But the
What's
other,
the Friendship is Magic shirt?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool too, but I don't know. Feels a little too. It doesn't feel like the right kind of generic to me, if that makes sense. Since when is June 19th a holiday?
It's Father's Day that day, isn't it?
No, it's a Thursday, and he's talking about Juneteenth, really.
Yeah,
And that one's kind of complicated, but I think it's basically it was created to try to replace I think it was was it Washington? No, Christopher Columbus Day.
no, that's in October. That's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh, okay, I don't know why.
This is the freeing the slaves day, I think.
It's to sell. It's basic blah 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 blah. You know what? Wiki it. Let's move on.
Okay, it's one for the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's been a holiday for. It's actually pretty recent. It's only been a handful of years so far, but it's also kind of one of those weird holidays where some people celebrate it, some don't.
Well, it first started in June 19th, 1866. Became a federal holiday about 4 years ago.
There you go, the federal holiday part, yeah. But yeah, even though it's a federal holiday, it's one of those federal holidays where all the important stuff gets closed, but nothing else does.
Also, it was the first new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Day.
Mm. Anyway, getting back on track. Not that we ever have one. But yeah, I got to also check out Randy Feltface, which was pretty awesome.
How was that?
It was hilariously awesome. Haven't laughed so hard in a very long time, and I spent $50 on a T-shirt and a CD, and I am not, and I have no complaints.
I'm glad you had fun with the man behind the box.
It was so surreal. It has been no, it's wild. It's wild because I mean, you see all of these people on like YouTube and TV and things like that, and it's really cool. But there's just something different about when you're actually seeing them face to face, or I guess face to puppet. But actually seeing them in person live. That it's just such a weird, surreal feeling. And it was even weirder because, I mean, I did get to see, like, John Delancey and Tara Strong and Charles Martinet, but it was, like, in a big, crowded convention environment. While here, it was a small comedy club, and there's Randy Feltface, and it was great and just wild, and, oh, man.
Wow. So, like, only, like, probably about 100 or 200 people there, if that?
If that, it was not a huge crowd. It was not a huge crowd. It was still, they ran out of seats. There's no question about that. They sold out. They sold out of seats. But yeah, no, it was definitely a smaller comedy club situation.
Yeah, I've just seen videos of him where it's like you look out of the crowd, it's like, oh, it's a 2-level thing, and every seat is filled. There's like 1,000 people there.
Yeah, it's like you got so many people. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was so wonderful, and I'm so happy I did it. It did bite into the VR convention, so I wasn't able to attend some things because of that. But I would traded it every single time.
Yeah, but I say that's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I would eagerly, and without question do it again.
Yeah, it's like
we are not doing Randy and Jeff Dunham. No.
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 Well, it's like whenever I saw the Struts and then also saw Beetlejuice on Broadway. Well, Beetlejuice in my local theater, but you know what I mean.
Right.
It's one of those things of, if you have the question of, like, should I? The answer is yes, do. If you have any interest in an event and you can afford it, go.
By the way, real quick. Hi, Judd. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry.
Hi, Judd, we love you.
Hi, Judd. All right. Anyway. Anyway,
That's
that's a little bit of what's up, Brony, going on with me. Anybody else have any other quick what's up, Brony, to throw out there before we go ahead and delve into what news we have?
I believe Deathlight has something to say.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do too much. I just finished cleaning out the room that we're setting up for my mom's work area, and pulled the old wardrobe out, then put all new carpeting and insulation down, and put the wardrobe back in. So not a ton of work, but
Yeah.
I actually didn't work on any vehicle this weekend. It was really weird of me. But
Yeah, I
wasn't
gotta-
feeling it at all.
I don't know. Maybe just a week off will get you feeling better.
Yeah. Well, I've been just dealing with nothing but frustration out of that little wagon because it's been ticking. And we're like, it didn't tick before. Everything we did shouldn't have made it tick. And the first startup, it didn't tick, but it ticked afterwards. So I was like, what happened?
So I guess the question really has become: you got to figure out what makes it tick.
Yeah, and it's on the right side of the engine, not the left side of the engine.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's very, very weird. We can't figure it out.
Mm.
So
I hope something gets figured out for you.
yeah, and then you seen that little post I did about My Little Pony game that I'm running in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I misunderstood at first. We can no longer create weather. We could still fly.
Oh, I could probably make it so you can't fly either.
Right? Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Sorry. I remember hearing that. It was just, I don't know. My brain was not immediately switching to tabletop for a second there.
Yeah, but it's kind of understandable that the GM would not think I'd be able to roll above the 30.
Nobody ever does. They never see it coming.
To be
They
fair,
never
I had to
see it
use
coming.
I had to use all my skills and all my burner skills to get all the dice set up so I could have that possibility.
I will make this happen, or so help me.
Oh,
GM
she
must
paid
be-
for it afterwards, though.
The GM
not a
must
good
have been face palming after you did that.
Well, I told him it's very simple. Like, put something magical in front of Zaya. She's gonna want to investigate it. So I was like, ooh, old magical blueprints. Ooh, it's complicated. Ooh, it's really interesting. I'm gonna roll everything at it.
I will solve this, or so help me.
I will solve this. Yes, exactly. And it's like,
I'm
oh,
solving this before dinner time, or so God help me.
yeah, pretty much.
I will solve
And
this thing, or so help me. Sorry.
I told a lot of people, but I realized I forgot to tell it in here. That game takes place during the 3 tribes.
Ooh.
Oh,
So yeah, a lot of
no.
clashing of the clans and everything else, and very much so of power grabbing and how do we take your power away? And that's one of the things to take somebody's power away.
Well, okay. Sounds like an awesome good time. Does anybody else have any other quick what's up, Brony, to throw out there before we get running off with the news? All right, I'd say that is our cue to news. Where are you playing that? I think he's playing it with a group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's an actual tabletop game, like with a bunch of people that I know in real life. So it's not like online or anything, which is really cool. Because it's been almost like 15 years since I played a game in real life with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I would like to do that sometime. Yeah.
It's just such a pain in the ass.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Takes a lot of effort.
Wow.
Takes a
A
lot
lot
of-
of coordination.
Yeah, now that I think about it, the last time I played any sort of like tabletop game with people was 2 days ago.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I played
Jeez,
online
that's
a
that long
lot.
ago, man. You gotta get out more often.
We've been, oh god, for a good couple of years now. We've been doing Hero Quest here.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. But
So
doing it
we've got a
online-
ton of the expansions now.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been doing it online for like pretty much that whole time, but getting a bunch of people actually sitting around a table, it's a little bit harder than you might think, because then you have to think about
Indeed.
gas, how tired you are after work, and
Whether they're sick or whether they have family emergencies.
Or if the GM is actually feeling like doing it. It's like, hey.
yeah.
I get that.
But those also kind of go in line with the online gaming too.
Yeah.
But when you actually are dealing with like gas costs and everything else too, and it adds a little, it adds an extra layer.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into this. We're going to get into the news now. Starting off with pony conventions. First off, nothing's happening for a while. And then we get a pony event that's going to be happening at Festival Fantasy. That is basically a big nerd convention over in the Czech Republic in 2.5 weeks. I don't know how much we're going to hear about this, but it still sounds really interesting, and I really hope that it goes off well, and I hope we see a little bit about it. But yeah, it does look like they are gearing up and getting set for all of that, which is going to be fun. Another thing that's going to be happening at the same time online, Full Spectrum Fest Refractions. It's going to have a full music festival happening on the 20th and 29th of June over in a Ponytown event server. So this one is a little bit more unique as it is, well, it's in Ponytown, outside of other things like Discord and Twitch. So you may need to go into Ponytown to check it out. I'm not sure, but it's still a good chance to get some great music and check out Ponytown as well. And they do some really interesting things with the event servers and how they get set up. So I'd say it's worth a go if you have the opportunity. Then a couple of weeks after that is Hops Featherfest, which is a PonyCon that is happening in Austria. The second year that it's happening. They did one last year. It went off well. They're doing another one. So that is really awesome. And I've actually been seeing a few things about Hops Featherfest, and I keep forgetting that it's an actual convention that's happening. So it's like, oh wait, oh yeah, that's a convention. Oh yeah, they're doing that, aren't they? And, of course, a week after that is a different convention that I'm hoping we hear some things about because they've been really interesting. The China Southern Brony Carnival 2025. Or one of quite a few pony conventions that are happening in China now since ponies are blowing up over there. I've seen some amazing merch and pictures, and I've actually managed to get some of it too by luck. Coming out of this convention, I'm really excited to see what else pops up and shows up for that. Even though there's probably a chance we're not going to be able to get any of it, which is really a bummer. It's always so cool to see such awesome pony stuff, and it's just like you can't get it unless you pay massive import fees.
And this was before everything else.
Yeah. And one last convention to throw out there just to start swing pony conventions back to the U.S. TrotCon. It looks like TrotCon is going to be happening in a month and a half, or 6 weeks and 3 days, over in Columbus, over at the Wyndham. Unfortunately, due to financial reasons, TrotCon is on the chopping block for me at the moment for conventions, so I can't attend this one this year. Though I hopefully maybe sometime in the future things will get better for me and I can go ahead and say, you know what, screw it, we're gonna go to TrotCon this time too. But for now, unfortunately, all I can do is announce that it is happening. It's going to be in Columbus, Ohio at the Wyndham. And it looks like it's going to be an exciting and fun time. I at least got the plushie. I at least already got the plushies. So I got a bunch of plushies to make up for it somewhat.
Oh, they're adorable.
They are. And it's so squishy. So yeah, TrotCon is coming up here in just a few short weeks. Well, more than a few, but still some short weeks. And unfortunately, my body has just decided, you know what? Nah, we need you to do something. So I will be right back. Go ahead and fill up the blank space here for about a minute.
It's one of those things of time is flying by quicker now. I think it's just because the days seem longer and stuff is just passing by quickly. Because, yeah, there is so much stuff going on now, and I'm happy that there is still stuff going on.
Time flies when you're having fun.
True. It also doesn't help that right now, as I look outside at 8 o'clock my time, it's still daylight out.
That's honestly the hardest part, just the daylight hours.
Yeah, because
I've been hardwired to wake up whenever the sun's up, so I've been waking up at 5 every morning and not being able to go back to sleep because the sun's already out.
God damn it, my farming heritage!
Okay. Thank you very much for your patience. Let's go ahead and continue on with the news here.
Yeah.
How about we jump back into the news with talking about something we haven't talked about in a long time, but apparently they're throwing some interesting things out. Gameloft. They're still doing the Pony Village game. And yeah, I haven't played this in a long time, and I'm probably not going to pick it up again because, I mean, it was fun, but it just felt cash grabby after a while. And pretty much the same thing every single time. So it's just like,
Yeah.
But
you
any
can
ca-
only
What
repeat
it-
the same process every.
You can only do it so often, and I get bored. That's why I will never. I don't think gacha games will ever really get a hold of me because I just can't do that. It just I don't feel that rush. People can get addicted to that easily with it. So it's just like,
Plus,
The
your
biggest issue
challenger,
that Silent Hill was having for the longest time.
yeah,
unless you're their challenger in her sassy saddles.
kind of. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but apparently we get it. The next event has younger Luna, the Wuna that we've only seen a couple of times, but it really doesn't show up all that often, which is kind of funny, really. So yeah, apparently we wanted to show this off, and apparently we also see a Celestia there too. But it looks like it may be a younger Celestia. So I think this just might be when this an event with the younger version of the sisters. So we get younger Luna and younger Celestia.
Would have
Well,
loved
if
Celestia
I know
had a
anything,
pink hair.
that third one is the ruler of the Crystal Empire before it came into shining armor.
You are absolutely right. That is also the queen of the empire.
Yes, Princess Cadenza.
Yes.
Yep. So this has to be someone in the back, and also I have to say, bravo Gameloft for not just going pink main Celestia.
I would have loved it though.
It would have been.
No,
It would.
understand completely. I know the context.
It would have been funny. No,
Yeah.
Yes.
context.
It would have been funny, yeah.
It
second
actually.
review.
No. That wasn't a pink main Celestia. That was a pink Celestia. There's a difference.
Fair.
The pink main Celestia was because the Book of the Two Sisters had them with just a solid color of mane, and basically we had an educated guess what her mane would be when she was
And
younger,
honestly-
with all the Aurora Borealis playing in her hair.
True.
That animation for Lullaby for a Princess has just always cemented in my head. Princess Celestia had pink hair until she grabbed all the elements of harmony and blasted Luna with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, for Solar, so I guess you'd be able to tell us a little bit more about what is going on with this when it does happen. I do hope you still enjoy it, though. I did have fun with it. It just became boring after a while.
and a person that would enjoy it the most got locked out of his account and is just not bothered trying to recover it.
I know he bothered.
I
It's
wouldn't
just,
either.
he bothered for a while, but there's only so much you could do before Gameloft just kind of crushes your spirit in trying to get it done.
Yeah,
I
I
was
say
good, I was
he
good
tried
right
for
there and then, too.
He did try for a while. He really did.
he must have tried for like a month or two and just
Yeah.
couldn't get anywhere.
Sombra Origin comic. Oh, the Sombra
Yep.
Sombromic.
Yep.
Yep.
Sombrero.
Me gusta. All right. Anyway, yeah, that is happening. So, yeah, if you're at all curious, go ahead and check it out. It is a free game, though free in the without the fact that you're going to be spending a lot of time, and you'll be tempted to spend money too. So, caution.
You're a mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest mayor of them all?
Nobody.
Your
It's the
little
Equestria
sister.
Girls.
Yep.
So, yep, comics. The comics aren't dead, but they're not going anywhere too. And I mean that in some weird senses. No, I'm not gonna lie. This cover is weird, but I'll get to that in a moment.
I'll say it looks like it's traced from like some posters I've seen.
Right?
I
Okay,
think
but
so.
anyway,
It has
this
that
is
feel
a
to it, yeah.
this is a compilation. Apparently, another comic compilation has been announced. Is full of Equestria Girls stories. This case, the annual #1 with the Equestria Girls and of Canterlot High March Radness. There wasn't a whole lot of Equestria Girls comics, admittedly, so it's pretty easy to catch up with them, especially with the compilations. So if you missed out on them, you got another opportunity to collect them. And yeah, it is. This is such weird art. I mean, you got a Spike that is.
looks normal as Spike.
No,
Yes,
he
that's
looks
the-
normal. He looks normal, but how we're used to the Equestria Girls looking, which either
I'll say he is the vector version of
yeah.
Spike, but then everybody else is like drawn.
Everybody else is drawn and it feels a little more stylish, except Rarity freaks me out somehow.
Yeah, see,
I
that's
don't
the
know
one that, like, that looks like-
with how she's angled.
Maybe.
I don't think it's an angle
Or
thing. I
maybe
think
a
there's
little
something
bit,
else
like,
going on there. There's something else going on that is just
Maybe
It's
it's, a little bit of column A, column B, column C.
it's
It
upsetting. me.
feels like everything was either traced off of someone or someone did a character study and just threw these in here.
I don't
Also,
know.
that Pinkie Pie looks a little bit off.
The Applejack guys. It feels like everybody's a little more
Oh
hype.
my god.
You know, I think the best way to put it is compared to Spike, everybody else feels a little more hyper realistic. They
Yeah, I know.
definitely cranked up the realistic mark a couple of notches, which if Spike actually followed suit may actually make things may at least follow everything. But with Spike being the normal Equestria Girls version, and then you got the more the more realistic looking one Equestria Girls, it gets weird. It's like such a weird feeling.
See, now the big thing I'm sitting here looking at, like, what are they sitting on? What is Twilight leaning against?
I think it's a throne.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
you can-
sofa.
you
Yeah,
It's a sofa.
that's a throne.
But which is the
Oh,
more? It's
God.
actually more weird if you think about it. Why is Sunset on a throne? Why is Sunset
Well,
sitting
so
on a
that's
throne?
all
So-
you
oh my
sofa.
God, Sunset's living the dream. She's literally sitting on a throne surrounded by girls. We finally accomplished. She's accomplished the dream. We just didn't realize it. No wonder she has the cocky grin. Look at that. That's a smirk of somebody who won, and we haven't realized it yet.
I am the
Oh,
victor. You
discovered
cannot stop me.
polygamy.
All right. Anyway, the
It was just weird to me because I couldn't really see the back at all. So
no, it's really hard
Yeah.
to see the back end. In all honesty, it's a really weird chair too. Even if you realize that she's on a chair, because you see the arm right there, and you got the bottom right over here.
yeah,
But
it's like-
the
I think
back,
it-
there's no back at all. So either the back is literally it has no real backing outside of maybe a small slanting, like a really cheap looking chair or something. I don't know. There's something weird about that chair.
Yeah, see, that's what was throwing me off too. Because I'm like, but you see Pinky jumping in the background. I was like, what is going on here?
Oh, that's just Pinkie Pie.
Did she jump off the couch? Or did she jump off of the statue?
No.
and is about to-
No, she's
Oh,
just
that's
jumping.
right.
She's just jumping. It's
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie. Well, you don't need anything else than that. All right, now that we're done critically analyzing a freaking compilation cover,
Sometimes
It's just
context
so
matters.
weird.
Yeah,
looking.
next, we must steal.
let's go ahead and critically analyze another compilation cover. Actually, really,
This is beautiful.
this one's not so bad.
This one,
Yeah.
this one is easy to read. You can look at it and go, okay. You can understand what each one is going for with like each color palette, even. So.
Yeah, no, this one's a lot
Oh, yeah.
easier to go with, but
The
This-
only off one is a bit is rarity because it doesn't show the silver streak in her mane. And that
well,
image.
give us a second on that. But this next one deals with the G5 characters. If you couldn't tell, of course, it has a couple of the G5 MLP comic series, Maritime Mysteries #4. What? It's from
Not the entire thing. What the heck?
I got questions. Then did they really just put in an entire one of a 4 page and a Storm of Zephyr Heights #3? I mean, The third Zephyr Heights had a heck of a reveal, but you had to pull up to that plot there. Those are both the ending. What?
May I also point out 10 and 20.
And those could be one-offs.
Yeah.
Those are.
Oh, they
those
could not be.
They could not. They might not be, but they're more than likely one-offs. There's the question that if they're one-offs or not. That's fan and fair. These ones are definitely not one-offs.
I have several questions.
I got many questions, but fine. Let's get into the hyper analysis here. You know what? I will give it to the comic artists. Thank you for not making the main six look like they are aging beyond all recognition. They do show that they're older, but my God, they don't got the bags under their eyes like they freaking had to save Equestria 1,000 times, and they're just like.
This looks like they're like in their 30s or so not quite to like the old status that you've seen at the end of the show, but
Yeah,
True.
30s or
That's why we don't
40s,
see-
but they're older.
That's why we don't see this freaking rarities main.
Yeah, 30s or 40s, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know why the streak isn't there, but this, yeah, I mean the only place you could really see it is maybe like near the tail end there, but
yeah.
you know, just thank you, comic artists, for not making them look decrepit. That's the one sticking sore point I have for the show, just how old they made them look at right at the end there.
Well, it's just so funny because like young, old. Meanwhile, you see like the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and they're like in their prime. It's like, what happened to you?
What happened to the main six? What are we missing? Why are they aged so close to the grave? It feels like they're about ready to jump in with Granny Smith just as they laid her down.
Yeah, stress, my man, stress.
The only one that seemed a little less stressed was Rarity, and yet she had the job of being a seamstress for all those years of traveling everywhere.
Oh, we know that she started getting other people to sew for her. She's just an entrepreneur at that point.
Yeah, she's
So,
just kind of the person
something
that
that came to my attention, just because, international things and whatnot. Apparently in Germany, when a car hits 30, it gets the historic plate on it. And it's like, 30's not that old. Looks at everyone around us.
Just don't think about it, for the love of all that's holy. Don't think about it.
Trust me, when I got in to get like my plates and everything renewed, my insurance redone for some of my vehicles, like, oh, and now some of your vehicles now qualify for historic insurance. Do you want to do that? I'm like, no.
I'm trying to get me to get stuff that I don't need.
Depends on how much you use it, because I'll tell you this right now, here in this state, the difference on a, oh God, what was it? It was a 72 El Camino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The difference between it being rated as an antique and not used very often, and being a vehicle that is used every day, sort of thing, was about $190 different a month.
Oof.
Yeah, but like, see, to me, it's like, it just comes with so many caveats where it's like, you're only allowed to drive like 500 miles, and some of them are like even less, like 100 miles per year and stuff like that. I'm like, no.
yeah, you just gotta look. Yeah, you just gotta find the right place. Like, there's some companies out there that like basically would just be like, as long as it's not your prime, as long as that's not your primary used vehicle, then they might let you get away with it.
Yeah, someone who almost every Friday sees like Model Ts, he's at his McDonald's. I can imagine.
So, who wants to get creeped the hell out?
Anyways.
Yeah, you have an old people coffee club, and oh hey, I knew this was coming up.
Yep.
You get Death Pwn.
Another Tamer's My Little Pony movie has come out. This one dealing with the same general Tamer stuff.
Well,
Ponies
also
are in
the
trouble. You get a mixture of art, but the stories are interesting and in their own right.
also the infected sub-universe is not a fun place to be.
Well, for crying out, it's infected. But I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna watch.
I was just chuckling at the Celestia and how they drew it.
Yeah.
He's like, it
Yeah.
looks like the thumbs from like Spy Kids.
The thumbs.
Yes,
Seriously.
the thumbs.
Seriously, it's weird, it's crazy, but apparently the stories can be good, and it is an hour long. So yeah, if you're gonna check this out, just be ready for early internet humor.
Oh
A
jeez.
lot of creepy weirdness, but also a lot of kind of stupid, gross out humor. You just get a little bit of everything going on here, as you normally would for everything. So yeah,
That's some serious bags under the eyes right there.
yeah, just check it out. Your own discretion, but it's another Tamers. If you've seen one of them, you pretty much know what to expect. Next, for somebody who wants something a little more wholesome, Wild Maze has another episode. This one, of course, is a music episode this time. So it doesn't have the I bet you're wondering how we got here or anything like that, but it has a song.
With spoons and surfboards and rattling of cans.
Pretty much.
Very.
Give back
That's
to
it.
Trash Panda his house roof.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, the song sucked. Period.
Yeah,
Dang, what a shame.
it wasn't the greatest. They've had some better ones. Yeah, so check it out if you want to
I'll
have
give them
a
a
few
break.
minutes.
They're using spoons and trash can lids.
Yeah, check it out if you want some entertainment. It's so fun. Now here's something that should have gotten in near our convention chat, but I messed it up. But here we are anyway. M.A. Larson and GM Barrow have been confirmed for Everfree Northwest this year.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Mr. Wings and Signatures himself is popping up, and also Mrs. wrote quite a number of stories, both for books and for ponies themselves.
Which I'm still mad that they were into production on season 2 and then told no.
I don't think was she involved with that?
Yes, she was one of the people helping write.
Oh yeah. No, that
She
does
was on
suck.
the side.
That does suck. Kind of makes me wonder though if we're going to be able to try to get some information about what was going to happen with season 2 or anything. Maybe we could get the script auctioned off. Get the missing scripts.
I still
NDA
give
is
it,
probably still in effect for at least another year or so.
But there is one thing there's one thing I'm probably going to have to do now and fulfill a promise that I made a few years ago to M.A. Larson.
Uh-oh.
I said next time that he was over at a pony convention that I was attending, I would get him to sign a Penny Royal Academy book that I bought. That was supposed to be a TrotCon that unfortunately got I think it got shuttered, but it was shot down because of the pandemic, and then we had a few more things happen. And yep, I just there hasn't been a time where he's been at a convention that I've been to until this upcoming one.
Recently.
Yeah. The last time I was in a convention with him also being there and was also talking about that book was clear back when what was it? Like the one over in Utah.
Crystal
Salt
Mountain?
Lake. Yes, Crystal Mountain.
Oh god, Crystal Mountain, yeah.
That tells you how long it was for me since I seen him.
Yeah. No, that was some time out there too.
back
For
on
me,
GM
it
Burrow for a
was,
minute.
at the very least, BronyCon.
The only other thing I would like to do, just to complete for Shiggles and Gits, is to get a giant poster print of his signature and get him to sign that too.
Oh, that'd be
Wow.
funny.
That really would. The only problem is I'm not sure how I could well, I could still pull it off, kind of, just maybe not in the craziest way I would want to do it. But
Back to GM Burrow for a minute.
I'll have to give it some
Back on GM Burrow for a minute. I still can't believe she wrote the episode Granny's Gone Wild.
I can.
I can.
I can't believe they let her get away with that title.
I can.
I can. I don't know. Sometimes it was obvious they weren't paying too much attention to the show at the same time. I mean, do you really think they
Yeah,
would have allowed
she
a
might-
Rick and Morty reference, a pony reference in that show if they actually thought about it for 5 seconds?
They
Or
might
Breaking Bad one?
Or the Great Lebowski.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh
Great
no,
Lebowski.
the Great Lebowski wasn't. Well, no, that one turned on a full voice role. I'm just talking like funny, weird cameo kind of situation.
Yeah,
The fact that they did.
Yeah, but that was still Lebowski.
later.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
still the dude.
Yeah.
Again, 28 days later as an actual episode.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
it was a
actually
prank.
I think there was a little reference to some sort of dog movie in the Buckball episode. I think.
it's a game of buckball. Anyway, well, let's go ahead and move on. We got to get moving on to the news here. So, Caillou has apparently started to really dip their feet into Pony Life. Because now more Pony Life things are starting to pop up, including little figures. I mean, you can't deny these are actually not bad figures at all.
No, they're not.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Pony Life could have actually had a little bit more staying power if we stayed with it instead of judging it so harshly. But what can you do?
No, I judge.
But there's also more Caillou trading cards coming out. These ones are have the normal G 4.0 variety,
Yeah.
and it's also the comic art that pops up here and there too, which is really
I
nice.
see Andy Price.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yep, and there he is again. If you had any questions on that, actually, that would be really cool if I could get one of those cards with the Andy Price art and get him to sign that. That'd be so wild.
Yeah.
And of course, we also get other random little tidbit cards too. A lot of cards. It's Caillou.
Yep.
So little
3D
figures.
stamps.
Little 3D stamps, cards. I mean, it's really awesome stuff. They're showcasing a lot of it. Still making a lot of cool stuff and using a lot of the cool stuff that has been made for ponies in the time.
I didn't know has been made stuff.
But I'm one of the few. Okay, solar power. I'm kind of with you. I wasn't I didn't tout it like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I thought it had some charm to it in its own way.
I joke because I have never watched a single episode of it. So.
Yeah, it's one of you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, if you just kind of turn your brain off and enjoy it for what it is, it's not so bad. And finally,
Just
in the
repeating itself, it's just the show. I should really just relax.
moving on. And last little bit of news here. DJ Pony has another true original out that has been released in music.
Huh.
So, yep, it's a bunch of remixes of the Equestria Girls song True Original that they posted up on Spotify and YouTube Music. There's 3 different versions, if I recall. Heck, well, we'll just bring up Spotify here real fast. Yeah, we got the DJ Pony full version, an instrumental version, and an acapella version.
Ooh, acapella?
Yeah, acapella.
Dang.
When people thought it was MLP.
I came across my Little Pony the movie music CD. I laid it down somewhere, and then the cat saw a bug or something. He jumped on the case. It crashed to the floor. Thankfully, the disc was intact, but the case was slightly cracked. It was just chasing a damn bug.
That's cat's play.
As cats are wont to do.
Yep.
So,
They do what they want.
So the news is over. Now it's time to get into our content creation. And that, of course, encompasses our challenge of the week. And, of course, our challenge of the week by random pull of a spinny wheel was ghost busting. But we also had a protest to that challenge. And a protest initiated to the challenge.
Scram.
And of course, that protest initiative challenge. What was it?
Rain.
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 Rain on them.
Now, along with this, I am going to preface that we currently have the artist training ground prompts going on from both Equestria Daily and from Pony Sky, the Blue Sky Pony Group. So I ended up doing separate arts for each of the prompts. For Rain, I did this, which was also followed by the Pony Sky prompt of draw a pony as a different species.
Nice.
I was reminded how much I really liked the joke of the all the Pegasus and other winged ponies, that they were acting like a different birds, waterfowl, bird, and things like that.
All types of burps.
Yeah,
That's quackers, dude.
Yeah, the Twilight Sparkle duck, it was really hilarious to me. Just quack, quack, quack. So I decided, let's make a Twilight Sparkle duck. Now the reason...
Don't worry, Cole. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too. I'm just also kind of blah at the brain. My brain is blahing a bit here.
I wasn't concerned if it was funny or not.
I still found it
Finally,
funny.
it's finally had a mental breakdown and it's gone quackers.
Yeah. She's just having fun with it for the moment. But yeah, some of the sharp-sighted of you will notice that this is a lot different than the kind of art I usually put out. I have been doing my best to limit my tool set as well as expand my horizons. This was done with a basic kind of a paintbrush set that they had over on Sketchbook. I was doing a bunch of oil brush paint ones for a while there, but I've been working towards something else in the meantime on that. It gets complicated, but yeah, it's a paint tool set. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting, kind of messing with this. However, after I drew this, same day, I drew this earlier today. Then after that, I decided I needed to do the other prompt, which was ghost busting. But it also came with two prompts. From Equestria Daily, it had a draw a pony running for their life or running scared. And Pony Sky had draw a pony watching time fly by.
It's always concerning when the spices fly off the rack. Oh wait, that is the actual joke you went with.
I think this might be the next crescendo of me pushing my skill.
Oh,
The fact that you did the fan care.
Well, the
You know what I'm trying to say.
I did.
Yeah.
I did Athena.
Athena, that's her name.
Yeah, Athena from the Sean Keller animated series. The
that Margarita logo?
Guardians of Ponydonia.
You know, at 60 frames a second.
60
frames a second.
Yeah. But this is also a pony that I'm not gonna lie, the reason that she is more pony shaped than horse shaped is because I literally drew the pony figure first. Then I was trying to figure out who in the world should I put into this. Then I realized, you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be an MLP character. Who would do some ghost busting? Why not Athena?
Not I.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
does Athena
Where's the
have a
little
horn?
mouse and cat?
Athena does not have a horn.
She's a Pegasus.
She's a full-on Pegasus.
She's a Celestia-sized Pegasus.
Yeah. In fact, neither of the Ponydonia characters have horns. Neither Athena or I forget her name. The dark one.
That's surprising.
In
I
front
thought
of me.
that one had a horn, but that may just be because of the crown.
Is it Batman?
I think the crown is supposed to be the magical thing that lets her do magical stuff.
Is that all she is to use? Her get the dark one.
I forgot. My brain is melting, and I'm trying my best to keep it together. That's the best I
can't even
can
remember
do.
her name.
I actually did look it up, and I I even remember her. She calls her army the Weirdlings. So yeah, I'm kind of losing my mind here. But in all honesty,
That
I'm
requires having one to begin with.
yeah. But I mean, this is one that I put a lot of a lot of surprising crazy effort, and at the same time, I didn't put as much effort in the same there. I just kind of let the flow go, and
Go with the flow.
I'm very proud of it, to be honest, because it feels like it feels like actual art. The characters in good portions, the joke is there, the coloring is good. I mean, there's a lot here, and in my opinion, it shows a lot of my work getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it has its flaws still, but I like it, and I'm happy. I'm happy because it's showing I'm evolving. And this is from, yeah, it's a YouTube series. Give me a second.
Trying to pull it up. It's being a struggle.
I need that to find the
But yeah, it's Guardians of Pondonia by Sean Keller. That's at least the first one that shows up. Then a bunch of other ones start to show up here, like Ponies in Space, which was unfortunately the most recent one. So we might actually see another one here soon, then, because of that.
The Louisiana Skunk Ape
Of Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah.
Yeah. We also got Pony Ghost Hunt Live. There's a lot of crazy ones up here.
Cringe.
He does good stuff.
He does some really good stuff, and yeah, apparently he was like he was a Disney art animator way back when, before they started going well. Yeah, you can really tell, and I really love this because I love the style, and I'm so glad we could still see some of this. But it's just such a shame too that it's it's now just a bunch of CG stuff. This really has a lot of
Yeah, there's
Not
a lot of
all of
love
it
you
is
can
CG.
get from the old art styles.
It has a
And
lot of
if
expression.
You just do it frame by
yeah.
frame, you get a lot more than you get with smear frames now.
Yeah. There's a lot of expression, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of feeling behind it. There's so much to enjoy of this. It drives me mad that we don't
It's like a pony version of Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
yeah, kind of in a weird way. Yeah, that's probably really good. So, yeah. Guardians of Ponydonia. Check it out at some point. I actually want to rewatch the entire thing again because it's really awesome.
Maybe a watch party at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a joke. Silly little joke.
You know, the only way you could have made it a little bit more sillier.
3D only makes more money than 2D is because Disney is only pumping out 3D. But I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I could actually. There's a whole story behind that because oh boy, it actually goes very deep and in boy.
It could get real nasty if we really put into it, and it's best not to do that. It's best not to do that.
This isn't the forum for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Sony would rather prefer 3D.
We're again not getting into
We're
that.
moving on.
We're moving on and showing off Toa's artwork instead.
Pony Theater 5001.
Oh, all right.
No, that's clearly not it.
So
Is it?
Rainy is the monster from the Black Lagoon?
Are we just waiting for
I
a
actually
death
made
suit?
Ready transparent for the ghost effect. I just made a poor choice by having blue be the background.
Ah, Rainy's a ghost.
Shall haunt your coffee.
Oh, Rainy's a ghost.
So we're all sitting in stadium seating or in front of speakers, and we just get a random rainy ghost.
Rainy.
Oh, I
Then-
get it. They're supposed to be They're supposed to be the packs, aren't they?
Yep.
You gotta make some sort of gun or something. It looks like we're sitting in freaking chairs at a theater.
At the movie Theater.
The
Oh,
movie
yeah,
Fat,
I did also think that this was supposed to be the Mystery Science Theater style thing.
Yeah, you had to put a
Well,
little
I thought
bit. You had to
that
put a
too.
little bit more into the chair detail, at least, just to get the impression across. It just
Yeah, because there's lights on that top panel.
No, there are not. There are only
not?
lights on the bottom.
I thought there was more detail to the top,
here we. You know what? I'm.
or at least that we should see shoulders that have all the jumpsuit color or something.
Yeah, I was doing this rather quickly while we were doing our art talk.
Okay,
'Cause,
so yeah, there aren't lights, but there are a lot of color. Well, this is an Amazon listing, but I think it'll get us the point across. But there's a lot of colored wires and stuff that gives that a little bit more definition, at least.
Look at the doodly dads.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
All the Greeblies.
I mean,
Also,
yeah, or you could have even done like like the proton guns off to the side or something. Just something,
Yeah.
and it's just a little more. That's all it needed. Just a
Yeah.
little more. They need lights. They need tubing. They need wires. They just need a little bit more than just a square black back because it just confuses everybody. Or even showing more of the back instead of just cutting it off right where it would curve down, and we would see, oh wait, those are backpacks. Yeah, it's just a really unfortunate positioning and detail, but it still looks good. I can see that you really put into effort here. You can see a lot more of the coloring, line work.
So I think you did good.
Yeah,
thank you, Cole.
yeah. We're
And
only
I
being
want
we're only
coffee or
being
not.
we're being nitpicky because you're to the point of having to be nitpicky.
No, I understand that. And hence why I take everything with a thing of, okay, I've tried to be as minimal as possible, but still stay on theme.
The more I look at it, the more I just look sad. I'm a sad ghost.
To bust ya.
Busting doesn't make me feel good.
I'm
That's like
dead.
bust a move.
All right, well, we got a couple of other bits of art here. We have a teaser for something special coming up soon, the Cozy Place.
That does
Also,
look very cozy, to be
Rainy, I
fair.
have to ask you, is that little thing Terraria, or was that a Spores reference?
What?
Thing.
A little
On the-
green and purple creature.
Oh, that's Terraria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the best way to tell is you got the freaking screaming eyeball of death at the top left there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that is from Terraria.
But you know what I mean. I have two mental images of that.
No, the purple dangly is Terraria. It goes with the eye. We've got
And
the satisfactory lizard doggo.
Oh, is that what that guy is? I think the
No,
chicken.
no,
The
the-
orange is the lizard doggo.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a lizard
puppy.
doggo. But the chicken, I'm pretty sure, is Stardew Valley.
Yes.
Okay.
I
then
thought that
the-
little
I-
dragon.
I
that
almost
little
wanna say
purple
the pe-
dragon was from Spyro.
I
reference
kind of
from
want to say the
Spyro.
peach might be Stardew Valley too. I think it actually might be one of the Jinjos or Jinkos or.
Junimos. No,
Junimos, yeah.
I think it and the dragon are from Sunhaven, right?
the dragon is from Sunhaven, which we played once with Commander.
Ah. All right. So what the peach then? Or
I think that's from the community place in Stardew.
oh, so it is. Is it,
Oh, so it is Junimo?
Okay.
it is
I'm
Jinjos.
assuming so. I told the artist, this game are
Have
what I
fun.
played, and then they threw in a bunch of things.
Which I do like. It's their awesome little references. That is such a sweet.
'Cause
And you got
if
Raft
you-
in the background. That's a Raft in the
Yeah.
background, isn't it? Oh.
So Raft
Yeah, at
is
this
the
point, we could have a slime plush just tossed to the side.
Yeah.
Just,
I-
a little slime plush right in the corner there.
the poster's a
Normal
little
slime
special
or a,
'cause
Dragon
it's
Quest
the
slime?
Raft is the only series I've actually completed from start to finish in these streams, so I really wanted at least that there.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I do not blame you
nice.
for that. These are actually, this was really fun. We were just having so much fun getting the references on all of this.
I thought we technically did complete Terraria. We just didn't go deep into expert mode.
Oh, I don't think we beat the last boss, but we
We-
were really
thought
close
we-
to things.
I thought we did beat the world, and that's why we were looking at expert.
We might have. I don't remember. It's
Because
been too long.
I didn't do the build for the for the fishing because I thought we were moving on.
Well, regardless, if we do play again, we're probably gonna start from the beginning on Master.
And
Yeah,
there's also
so,
a pony carrying a
only game
pride
refer-
flag.
Oh, that's cute.
That is
Nice
awesome.
step.
See, I saw that, and they were only doing 100 spots, and I saw most were taken, so I went and put in one of my horses.
Nice.
And they're gonna make a YouTube video with all 100 of them just marching along as a parade.
That is amazing.
That is awesome.
Also, pan flag represent. Let's go.
Back to the previous image for a moment.
Okay.
I'm amazed how many gamer references are in here.
That's just the
Not
games they
even
played.
Yeah.
And heck, that's a
It's
small
such a
number of
nice-
references.
It's a
So,
very
yeah.
small
We-
number. They could have gone way overboard if they really wanted. It's
It's
nice.
such a nice collection of some of the games they've played.
Yeah.
Games I'm not even familiar with.
Circuit, you say that's a small amount of references. It's more I'm willing to put in.
You. I don't want to.
Are you okay?
Yo.
No, I don't want to complete that thought. Moving on.
I am lazy.
You know what?
Exactly.
That's what I was about to say. So fair enough. Okay, I was trying to be nice.
I'm not. I'm being mean to myself.
Okay, this
That's what-
one. Okay, this one. Kasukai.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Put up a nice little Peter Venkman picture. And you know what?
Yep.
I accept it.
Probably a reference to my image.
I accept it. And no, it is not.
That was before your image.
There is no way it could be a reference to your image because it was there before yours was.
No, I'm gonna say it is. I'm gonna say it is.
Scene.
So Kasukai is a time. Is Kasukai Time Lord, Benjamin Buttoning, or is he a troll off of? You know what? I was so close.
Yes.
Yes.
Homestuck. A troll off of Homestuck.
Ooh,
Oh
Homestuck.
god, they were trolls, weren't they?
Why not a time machine from Doc Brown?
One day I need to like just do
What
a
are
dive
you,
into
Kasukai?
Homestuck
What
to
are you?
understand.
Oh god, Homestuck is
One of my favorite activities is just going to my friends who like went through the whole Homestuck, like, you know, did a deep dive into Homestuck and have them explain the lore to me. I never understand, but it's so much fun.
Going into Homestuck is hard and annoying because it starts out as you're just going through picture posts on Tumblr, and then you get to the Flash games
Mm-hmm.
that are as Tumblr posts, but it takes you an hour to figure out what all you're supposed to be able to do in there.
And then little by little, it gets more and more elaborate. The story gets more involved, and
Yeah, there's the fact that on the Tumblr page itself, for a while, they started having little bits showing up in the background. That was actually code for things that would happen later.
Yeah. I used to
And
be
the
really,
fans were actually decoding that.
I used to be
Oh,
really
God.
deep into that type of
Sorry.
stuff, and I had to stop because it got to the point where I was basically the lore master for a thing that was happening, and the person that was actually posting like, "Hey, can I borrow your notes? I forgot what I was doing." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, here." I was like, "This maybe I should stop doing this."
the crazy thing is, it wasn't Homestuck where I got into it. It was the one that he did before that one with like three.
You mean the stairs?
No, the detectives. The 3 detectives.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the comic that, like, I think preceded, but was also in universe with the stairs. It just keeps happening.
I was talking about like back when I was in high school.
Oh,
when
the
Tumblr
red
was
shirt guy and the
biggest
blue
thing.
shirt guy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
Oh,
And yeah,
the
people think that
MS
was
Paint
fun.
Adventures. It was MS Paint Adventures.
He just always goes downstairs.
So
Just
something
stumbling.
something came to me the other day. Hey,
No, wait, MS Paint Adventures is Homestuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No.
so in
Oh.
the
God.
early internet,
Problem Sleuth. It's Problem Sleuth.
in the early internet, there were 2 things that had pure white, no arms, and had home in the beginning of their thing. What were these two things?
Homestar was long before Homestuck.
Do you know what a really depressing thing is? That I'm really hoping that this isn't a permanent problem. I just tried looking at Problem Sleuth and it says page isn't working. It's giving a 503 error.
Oh.
Yeah.
I believe in the determination of the Homestuck fandom to keep it preserved in some way.
I do too. I mean,
Is
I
it
not
moving
not
way
to
back
put too fine of a
into-
point on it, but they do have a Problem Sleuth book that you can buy. But how's it $194?
Oh my god.
The fandom.
Yeah, everybody.
We want it.
You
We
can
want
buy a
it.
book and oh my god, no, you can't.
Hold on,
All
Let
you
me
do
look
is
it up on eBay.
$100.
Let me look it up where the cool kids aren't.
Oh, and here you can
eBay.
save it. You can buy a used version for $100. Wow, such savings.
Jesus.
Ah. Okay.
Okay, I went to eBay and I typed in problem sleuths, and it did not pop up at all.
Oh no.
We're gonna just go walk away from this now. This
All
is
I
not
know
a pony.
is Rainbow Dash and Izzy are going to get into some trouble.
Exactly. Crimes are going to happen.
Actually, yeah, this is the last one I wanted to throw out there because I'm not gonna throw every single art piece I made, but this is one I was also particularly proud of because it drove me nuts and I literally hammed it in just before going to see Randy Feltface. But this was draw 2 ponies, draw ponies being thick as thieves. And I figured
And what tool did you use? This is interesting.
this was when I was experimenting with an oil paint tool.
Okay.
So this is it's an oil paint tool, but I also found a VR program that lets you draw on an oil paint canvas, and it is surprisingly in depth. It actually works very surprisingly well. So I wanted to experiment more with that, so I decided to put my efforts in oil painting there and then move this over to other kinds of paint tools, which is why
So you started this in VR?
I didn't start this in VR. No, this was in the was in the sketchbook. It's after I finished this and I started checking out VR applications that I found the VR oil painting tool that was even more detailed and intrinsic than this. It's wild, and I'm probably gonna showcase it at some point here on the show when I get the VR set up, able to actually be streamed on upstairs again.
Which we might want to get moving on with the show.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, thick as thieves. I wanted to showcase this because this was also when I really started to push myself in and also try a slightly different art style because, yeah, instead of lining everything, you can see I only lined bits and pieces, but it added a lot more.
And it works.
Yeah, it works surprisingly well. I just slowly started to incorporate weird little things like that I just decided to try, and it started to work a lot better than I expected. And yeah, no, this doing things differently in Artist Training Ground this year, I've really, like I said, I expanded myself quite a bit, and it's been interesting. So yeah, feel free to push yourself. It may look like crap, but you're actually trying something new. So
I am
Expand your brain.
What's the let's see. Okay, yeah, the phrase. Jake the dog said it best. Sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thank you, Jake the dog. Let's go ahead and move on now. We're gonna go ahead and talk up and go to the next little thing here, which is the Itch.io game by Yoshi Greenwater called
Wow,
Wait,
the
what about
challenge
the-
of the week.
Yeah, should we actually set new challenges?
No. Do you know how crap this
No.
was? I was drawing. I have I had 10 different prompts this week. Yeah, I'm not made of metal, man.
Rain for a month. Rain for a month.
Okay. No.
You always gotta try pole dancing.
No. Okay. Let's do the challenge of the week, everybody. Because I love you, do a crime. Thank you. Everybody gets a prompt to put in for the artist challenge of the week. This is for everybody. Hold them closer, Tiny Tim. I'll worry about it if it gets picked.
Press the nines.
But everybody gets to put a prompt in here. Everybody gets one prompt. You only get one prompt, though. So once it is input, it is over. You have selected, and it's going to be in there and randomized. After we get everybody who wants to put in a prompt in here, we will randomize the wheel, give it a spin, and that will be the prompt for basically our challenge of the week. And this is for any artistic expression. It does not have to be just painting. It doesn't have to be drawings. It doesn't have to be an illustration of any sort. It can be of writing. You can write a story, a poem. You can write a novel if you're insane enough. Please don't. But
Do a haiku.
you can
Circuit.
You can do a haiku. Yes.
You know what I want. You know what I want. If it happens, I will never say it again.
Heavy rain.
I know.
So instead of rain this time, it just becomes the full tsunami.
Yes. Noah, get your arc.
If it lands on rain again, I will not suggest it for a while.
Kasakai, just to check, is that actually your prompt? Because that is quite a lot. I'm not saying you can't have it. It's just quite a lot. Flash I stare.
No, I don't think that's his
was-
prompt.
I don't
So
know.
disappointed. Ghost busting and nobody drew a dead horse.
Technically, I did.
Oh,
I drew a
technically
ghost throwing a bottle of time over a character that isn't in MLP. What do you want from me? Okay,
I'm
that
just
is his
technically-
prompt.
drug money.
Okay.
That is his
Dead
prompt.
horse.
Okay.
Sitting right here in the chat.
Dead horse, dead horse, dead horse. He's dead.
I just
That is an
literally listened to
interesting
the whole
prompt.
soundtrack of Dr. Horrible.
wait. Oh, you want an interesting prompt? Here you go.
Oh no!
God, that is an interesting prompt.
Oh.
I thought Deathlight with pole dancing had. Actually, that's almost tame compared to everything else here. Wow, we actually got so far that our selections actually superseded for once. That's amazing. I love you all, which also means that we're gonna go ahead and random shuffle and spin now at this point.
You love everyone but me right now.
No, we still love you.
Give me a second, and we'll see how I feel about you. No!
So close.
Oh, yeah, I had a chance again.
Just a sliver.
No! No! No!
Oh.
No! Thank you, foul Will. How dare you tease us like that?
Darn you gods!
So I think it just edged us to the point where we all said no.
Stop! Don't say that.
I got gacked. No! was so close.
But we also have the Protest Initiative Challenge.
Protest Initiative Challenge this week is edging.
Train.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's not.
No.
Protest Initiative Challenge this week is Drizzle.
Drizzle.
Drizzle?
Okay,
That works for me.
just because my brain is melting at this point anyway. There's something funny about the Fluttershy stare and edging being a combination of prompts there.
I mean, if you want to do that.
No, we are not doing that.
We won't show it on stream.
No, we are not doing that.
But hey, if it inspires you to create something, go for it.
You know what? If it inspires you to create, that's fair. No.
I'm doing
Kink
the edges
is welcome
of
at my pride
So
parade.
I want to see just how
Just
many
saying.
people take Drizzle as just another form of rain, and how much are going to take it in other directions like cakes.
The thing is that see, when I see that, I'm thinking, oh, what show was it where people were making up superheroes for themselves, and somebody was called the Drizzle. It's like, now look who's caught outside in the drizzle.
I want to see Stan Lee has a sci-fi.
It feels like an abridged version of My Hero Academia.